Hello guys and welcome back. Today's painting is snowy trees. Before we begin, here are some of my other paintings. This one was done in pastel colors. This one is called At the Time of Corona, and here is one more which is called Pangong Lake. Now before we begin, for this painting I have used Camel's Artist Grade oil colors, and the canvas which I have used is an 8x10 inches canvas board. Now, as usual, I have spread my canvas with whatever colors I had left over on my palette. So, I have spread some red and some black. And now to make the mountains, using a flat knife, I am spreading some black color on my canvas. So, we are just going to make some zigzag shapes, as you know that mountains usually do not have a lot of peaks unless it's a new mountain like Himalayas. Most of the older mountains have frost and graben, so they would not have peaks. Anyway, coming back to the painting, I'm spreading the color using a fan brush. This sort of gives me a base for my mountain, on which later on I would be putting up some lighter colors to show the highlights. You can spread it as much as you want, as much as your imagination directs you, and just sort of give it a hue. Now that is done, what I'm going to do is, using a flat knife, I'm going to apply some of the white paint on the top of my mountains. So the color that I have used is titanium white. It is already mixing with the existing color on the canvas and giving us some beautiful shades, as you can see. This is going to give our mountain a very textured look. At times, I am picking up some more black paint, some brown that I have made using a combination of yellow and red, and I am putting it somewhere in between just so that it gives an illusion of depth and elevation. If you put a downward stroke, it will help you to show the height of the mountain, and if you put a slanting stroke, that will help you to show the slope of the mountain. The mountains are almost done, and I honestly loved my painting at this point. I felt like maybe I can use this much of this painting next time and put something else in the foreground. But for this one I decided to go with the trees. If you are a new painter and you are not very skilled and are still learning, I would suggest to always cover up the roots of your mountains, your trees, whatever structures you are making. It helps us to hide the place where the land is meeting with the structure and saves us from putting in all those details. If you smudge the color using a fan brush a bit, it will help you to create an illusion of distance. So that is what I have done here towards the base of the mountain. I have just smudged it using a fan brush. Now this step is going to be pretty easy. What we are doing is, using a flat brush, I am drawing vertical lines and then tiny horizontal lines to make the trees. The colors that I am using are a combination of black, ivory black and green, sap green. So it gives me a sort of a dark green contrasting with the background. You can make as many trees as you want. It helps to draw some lines on the ground before making the trees, so that it gives you an idea of how the land could have been, and it sort of gives you a relative sense of distance and direction. Now that our trees are complete, what we are going to do is put some white on top of these trees, as we know that we are making snowy trees and it recently probably snowed in this area. So I'm just covering upper half of the trees using white color here and there, as liberally as you would like it and wherever you would like it. Since this is a wet on wet painting, so you can see that the white we are adding is mixing with the existing green on the canvas and giving us shades of light green here and there. Once the trees are done, I'm using some grey color to cover the background color that we had randomly selected. Next, we'll be making up some clouds in this area. Now, remember to put very light strokes of brush, as the paint that we have put on the mountain is really wet and thick. So if you are not light-handed, then it might mess up with your clouds. So remember to do it very gently and add a darker shades of grey here and there to show the shadows. Now, to show the stem of the trees, we are going to use the white color and knife and draw some vertical lines across the trees, again randomly here and there wherever you want them to be. Now this has surely added a final touch to the painting. You can see that some trees seem closer whereas others seem at a distance. Guys, this is the final painting. I hope you liked the video. Make sure to like it and share it with your friends. Thank you. Bye-bye.